Hi guys, it's week 4 of the English Premier League and the Punditry team have got you all covered again. They're doubling up once again to make sure you don't miss any of the action. I'm going to start off with Bez, with Southampton Man United. But before that, please like, subscribe, leave a comment, but most importantly, enjoy the video guys.
First of 2 games for this weekend is Southampton Man United. I thought I'd wait till today to see what happened with the Man United Liverpool game. As we know, Man United got back to winning ways very well from what I saw. Liverpool didn't look quite at it, but got to give credit to United for bouncing back. I think they'll, now they've got that win under their belt, Ten Hag should have some more idea of what they need to do, where they need to go. But definitely Liverpool on the other end, not a great start, but I think once they get going they'll be fine. But on to this game, Southampton Man United. Southampton done well last couple of games. Also they've had to, because I think Hesson Hartwell's been put under a bit of pressure. I actually quite like him as a manager. I think he's okay, to be fair. But Southampton always one of his teams. There's always with goals in their game. They concede a lot. Sometimes they do score a lot as well. So that you're always going to be involved in a game that's got goals in it. United, I think, with that win last night, I think they'll take that into the Southampton game fully confident. Might make a couple of changes, Ten Hag. But I think Southampton, obviously being at home, that'll help them. I think they'll take confidence in the last couple of games. So I think I'm going to stick with draw. I can see Southampton getting something out of this game. So for me, it's going to end up as a draw. So I'm going to go for Southampton 1, Man United 1. My second game I've got is Brentford Everton. Difficult one to call for me, this one. Brentford started the season off well. Obviously they lost at Fulham last weekend, but a bit unlucky from what by all accounts of what I heard. Certainly probably could have got a draw out of it. Everton struggling a little bit. Count where they left off last season. Frank kept them up last season, and they've struggled this season so far. So he's got a lot of work to do. He's got a few injuries. I know like Calvert-Lewin's out, so it's going to be difficult not having him. But they've still got a pretty decent squad, a pretty decent 11. Obviously, a lot of it depending on if that Anthony Gordon goes, then that's going to weaken them a little bit unless they get somebody in. So it's going to be. I think this season might be a little bit of a struggle again for Everton. Whether Frank will be there to see it through, don't know. I think they will stay up though. But the game on Saturday, though, Everton, obviously they've got to win. I mean, they need to win. They haven't won yet, so they need to win. Just got to get something kickstart their season, get them going. Brentford on the other end, a draw wouldn't be a disaster for Brentford with the start they've had. Obviously, they want to win being at home. So I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be a close one. This could be one of any of the 3 results. But I think I'm going to sit on the fence for this one. Be a bit boring. I just think Everton will get something there because they need to get at least a point. Like I say that they need to win, but at least a point. So I can see this one being a score draw. Brentford 1, Everton 1.
So Brighton versus Leeds, what a cracking start both of these teams have had to the season. Both were not fancied really by many people. Leeds obviously because of their struggles last year, and Brighton because they've lost the 2 best players. But both managers have found a way to make it happen, and fair play to both of them. And in terms of this game, it's going to be very hard to pick a winner on this one. Very hard to split the teams, and I'll probably say that I'm not going to split them. I see this one being a feisty game, probably more from Leeds' perspective. I think they play with a slightly higher tempo without the ball. I think Brighton very good with the ball, so that's going to be good to see who wins that battle there. But in terms of a score prediction, as I said, I don't think I'm going to be able to split them. I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw. Chelsea versus Leicester. Obviously, both teams coming off a loss at the weekend. Leicester haven't started the season particularly well. Chelsea have been hit and miss, really. They've played bad and won. They played well and drew. And then they've played terrible and lost. So I think they're going to want to get that one out of their system and turn it around here. Leicester, obviously, there's stuff going on behind the scenes that we probably don't know about. Brendan Rodgers doesn't look happy. Players all want to leave. There must be something going on that is going to leak very soon, and it'll make everything all cleared up on that front. But for the time being, I think the struggles are going to continue. The players want out. Could have even lost players by the time this game plays. So I'm going to say that Chelsea turn it around, avenge that defeat, and they win this one 2-0.
So the first game I've got this weekend is Liverpool versus Bournemouth. Both teams not having the best start of the season. I mean, Bournemouth's probably what some people would probably expect from them. I mean, they did get a result at the beginning of the season against Villa, but haven't done much since then. Liverpool are having a very, very bad season for what their standards should be, considering they pushed City all the way last year. But even though both teams aren't exactly performing to the best at the minute, just because of the difference in class and the skill set of the players, I'm going to go for Liverpool 2-0 win. And second game this weekend is Man City versus Palace. Palace are playing quite well at the minute. Vieira's got them to be good little team at the minute. Brought in some good players, playing well, getting some decent results. Man City have obviously had the start that probably everyone expected them to have. Even though probably a lot of people expected them to beat Newcastle at the weekend. The fact that we walked away with a point, is a very good point, but probably could have been the win. So if we can give them a good game, I think Palace, if they play well, could probably equally give them a good game. So for that, I'm going to stick my neck on the line. I'm probably going to say that Palace might get a draw against City and come away with a point. So I'm going to go 2-2 draw.
Arsenal v Fulham, Saturday evening kick-off. Both teams coming into this with form. Arsenal 3 wins from 3. Fulham 5 points from 9. Playing very good football. Arsenal, top of the table. Playing some very, very good football. Pressing. Quick touch football. Arteta seems to have his plan in place. Players are happy. Fans are happy. The club's moving in the right direction. They're definitely going to be a force to reckon with this year. Fulham started the season well. 1 win, 2 draws. Arguably could have won all 3 if they managed to hold against Liverpool. Medjugorje scores a penalty against Wolves, but if you're a Fulham fan, you'd have took 5 points right now. Going into this game, I can only see one winner, Arsenal. I think they're very, very difficult to beat at the moment, especially going to be at home in the Emirates. I feel it's going to be a long day out for Fulham. I agree, I think they're going to cause them a couple of problems, but not too many. And I think Arsenal are going to cruise this one 2-0 with goals for Xhaka and Jesus. So the final score, Arsenal 2, Fulham 0. Aston Villa, West Ham, a completely different contrast to the first game you've given me. Both teams are struggling. One team hasn't even scored a goal this year. Aston Villa, have they improved under Steven Gerrard since he took over from Dean Smith? I don't think so. They've bought Coutinho, but for me, they're not playing good football, and Steven Gerrard's got to take a lot of blame for that. I do believe he's under serious pressure now, and he's my favourite to be the first manager to be sacked this year in the Premier League. West Ham, on the other hand, dreadful start to the season, haven't even scored a goal yet. Contrast to last season and where they finished, completely different. The Declan Rice interview sums up the whole of West Ham's state of affairs at the moment. That's all I can really say about West Ham. Listen to his interview, speaks volumes. My prediction for the game, I can't split the two. When I was given the game, I was thinking about 2 or 1-0. I'm going for a 0-0 draw. I can't split them. I can't see there being many goals. If there will be any goals, be many, maybe 1 max. But I could not split them looking at them. Yes, you'll get West Ham their first point of the season. And yes, we'll leave a little bit of pressure from Gerrard, but Aston Villa are at home. Would they both be happy with the draw? I don't know. But my prediction is Aston Villa 0, West Ham 0.
Wolves versus Newcastle. So Newcastle, big things expected of them this season with that cash injection and new players through the door. Not as many this summer, but they did get players in January and they are looking to build. Who knows if they're going to add on deadline day. But obviously into this game, they'll be looking to get another 3 points. Callum Wilson looks like the old Callum Wilson. If he stays fit, that's going to be great for their season. St Maximum, that was the best he'd played probably since he signed against Tottenham. So all looking good on the Geordie front. So looking at Wolves, they seem to be going backwards. Last couple of years under Nuno, they went backwards. I think the best season was their first year back in the Premier League. Since then, they've slowly declined and haven't replaced any of the players that have gone out. Dharma Traore, we don't know what's happened to him. I know he played in the Cup midweek, but I don't see it getting much better for him. I think this is going to be a 2-1 Newcastle win. Nottingham Forest versus Spurs. So Forest, 4 points, win, a loss and a draw. I think they'd have beat your hand off for that start, to be honest with you, especially the amount of players they've brought in. Steve Cooper, obviously a highly rated manager, testing himself in the Premier League. Obviously Spurs are looking good this season. Got the prestige manager and they've got the players now. So will we see some of the new signings? I know they've had injuries and they're integrating them. It'll be good to see if a couple of those can play, see what this new look Spurs is actually going to be like on the pitch rather than on paper. Been a bit of a bitty start for them. They've won some games. First game, very impressive. Game against Wolves, rode their luck, but they got the win. And then against Chelsea, very average performance, but they came away with a point. I think they're going to get this one done. I think it's going to be another 1-0. 1-0 Spurs, Harry Kane to score.